muted.
It's not playing? I was playing a video.
No, it's not playing. We are on
Wow,
the
that's
screen.
weird. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Let's see if it works. It work?
It worked that time.
Why wasn't it working? I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, we won't play it. We'll play it later. We'll play it at the end of the show. How's that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So before we get started, right after this show, it was playing. It wasn't playing at your end. Matt even said it was playing.
Oh, it wasn't playing for me.
That's weird. That happened before. That happened with Nando.
Yeah, that's strange.
That is strange. I don't know why that is. Anyway, so we'll play it at the end of the show. How about that? So how you doing, buddy? We got a good show today.
We do.
We got a great show today. We got Stevo Hopkins from now. I apologized to Stevo this morning because I put My Paranormal Journey on the thumbnail, and it's actually My Journey Paranormal. So as a Canadian, and I said this to him this morning, that as a Canadian, we always tend to apologize for everything. So sorry for everything. So I corrected it, and yeah, so it's the correct thumbnail now. And also his links are correct in the description. They're all correct. I made sure.
Checked them.
I made sure. I made sure this time. So I made sure I double checked on everything. Well, actually triple checked because I made a mistake as well yesterday. And then I had to correct that. Not realizing, I took a look at his YouTube channel today, and I was watching a bunch of videos, and I realized, oh, crap. I put My Paranormal Journey, not the other way around. So I went in quickly to Canva and corrected it, and then put it up, and then sent him a new one. So we have Matt. Matt was watching it. I don't know why it was not playing at your end. Thank you for coming back in, Facebook user, like you do every week. I don't know who that is. There's Nando. Hey, Bryan and Lex.
Hey, Nando.
It's paranormal. It's paranormal at Lex's place, like it was paranormal at Nando's place as well.
Yeah, it's the only explanation.
It's got to be. So we're going to do something different today on the show. I don't think we've done before. Have we ever had a? I know Stevo's not, but have we ever had a medium on the show?
Yeah, we must have somewhere down the road.
I can't recall.
Hey, Patrol. How you doing, boys? Good to see you back. Hey, Anthony.
No, I want everybody to know that next week we will have the Patrol on the show.
Yes.
Yes. Good to see the boys back together and doing their thing. And hopefully they will be part of the Global Ghost Hunt. I think they're going to be. We have something set up possibly with them. I know Nando was reached out to them and stuff like that. So like I was saying at the beginning, you are going to be on GGH Today podcast at 5:30 with, I believe, Nando and Matt. And so people want to stick around after the show. You'll have to wait probably about 20 minutes or so. And you can watch this guy on a podcast talking about the Global Ghost Hunt because he's been absent. Working way, way, way too much.
I know.
The restaurant life, and when you're working in the restaurant and McDonald's, you're busy. You're going to be busy.
You paranormal investigator, YouTuber, burger flipper, restaurant worker. There's so much going on here.
Now, if there's new people in the room that don't get that, the headset that Lex is wearing looks like it came from McDonald's. So that is the long-standing joke that's been around for about a year. I don't think they will ever stop until he gets a new headset.
I've got a way to debunk it. Can a McDonald's one do this? Hang on. Come on. Don't fail on me now.
Awkward. Oh, no. No, they can't. No, they can't. And, oh, yes, that is correct, Rob. That is correct.
Always
Is
with
this
the
old
Dr.
over?
Pepper rep.
Yeah, the Dr. Pepper rep. This man is going to die very, very early for the amount of Dr. Pepper he drinks.
About 14. How many liters is this? 2-3 liters? How much? 2. About 14 liters a week.
And again, I've asked you this before, and I can't recall what your answer was, but how long does that take you to drink?
2 days, maybe.
Crap, that's a lot of pop.
I know. It's all I drink when I'm at home. Or I have beer.
And now look who's in the room today. I haven't seen her in the room in a long time. That's Trish. And now she's chiming in.
See, that's why I work for them, you see. That's why, because I get paid more than city police officers to flip burgers.
Oh, here you go. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. There you go.
Oh, shite.
Well, do they really? I don't think they do. I think
they don't. Come on.
Yeah.
Can somebody else in the States validate that claim?
Yes.
Fact check,
I'd like to
please.
see
Fact
a picture.
Check, please.
I'd like to see a picture or a video. I'd like to see it, and if you have it, please send it, and I will put it up on next week's show.
You know what? I'm gonna have a look for it as well. You know.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Well, we're gonna. You know what? Everybody that's in the room, we're gonna do something a little bit different today that we haven't done, and that's why I was asking the medium question earlier, because if you don't know Stevo, Stevo has what's called the portal, and he hooks up his ITCs to the portal, and he speaks through that stuff and gets his answer out of the portal. So we are going to be doing that today. So if you have a question that you would like to find out, Steve-O is going to ask the question, and let's see what comes through. So get your questions ready, because we're going to talk to him for a little bit before we start. And then once we start, bring up those questions, because this is going to be a lot of fun. We haven't done this before. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's different. Steve-O's crossing his fingers, hoping the answers are going to come through. I think they will, knowing what goes on every time you have a podcast and you're talking about the paranormal. Something always happens. Like, for example, today with no video coming through at Lex's end. That's just weird. I don't know why that happened, but everybody else is seeing it. So that's why when I noticed when you spoke up and said something, I was on mute, which automatically the video was playing, but you weren't when I looked. So, and then obviously Matt said the video was playing. So we're going to have a great show, folks. Is there anything going on with you, Lex, before we get started?
Nope, not at all this week.
And before we came on, Lex said we got a great one today for our segment at the end of the show, Fakers.
Oh, I do. We have a fun one.
He's got a real. Okay, well, he didn't tell me what it was. So
I'll give you a small little. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll give you a little teaser. This one will include the police,
which is kind of funny because of this comment.
It is, yeah. So, today's faker was confirmed fake by a police force, and I will get into that at the end of this main part of the show.
Yes. Something at your end is vibrating.
Don't know what it is.
Is it your laptop or something like that?
Nope.
Something is vibrating. I can hear it. It's weird.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Nothing.
Remember when we had that problem last year with you and something was vibrating all the time when you came on?
Yeah.
And what's happening now? It's very weird.
It is what it is.
Well, not really, because it's going to be annoying.
I can't do anything about it. Everything is the same.
Something at your end is vibrating. It's killing me. Tell me in the room if you can hear it, because if you can hear it, it's definitely.
I'm gonna check on the channel, and I'm gonna see if I can hear it off the main one. Let me see if I can hear it on the actual live.
There you go. There you go. Yep. I would agree, Trish.
I can't even hear it on the video.
stopped. It's not doing it anymore.
Oh,
It's nice to see Trish in the room. I haven't seen her in the room in a long
is.
time. You know, I should you know, privately message her and say it's about time. I go to your shows all the time, and you come once in a blue moon. And please don't tell me it's a blue moon tonight, because I. So okay, well, let's. It's gone. It's gone. It's not happening anymore. I can't hear it. So.
Okay.
Did you?
Matt said he sent you proof in your PM.
Really?
Yeah. So you need to have a
Lord.
look. You need to check this out.
I need to check it
Their
out.
headsets light up.
Oh, wait a minute. So you know what? Now that I even look at the headsets, they do light up. Holy crap! These headsets.
Are they
How
better
many
than
do you
my
get
one?
with? How many do you get with one headset? Like with one package? I think you get 2 for $5, and it's $1,700
Oh wow.
for 500 for 5 set. Wow, good lord. That's a lot of money, but they're not like what you're wearing right now. What Lex is wearing is the golden days of the 80s and early 90s of the headsets, is what he's wearing.
What
Those are the
brand am I
futuristic
wearing?
one. So what's that?
Mine are called Be Excellent, apparently.
Be Excellent. that's fitting. That's very fitting. So yeah, I had the opportunity today to see some of Stevo's videos, and if you guys want to check him out, he's got a TikTok, and he does quite well on TikTok. You can go on his TikTok, go to his YouTube, and he's got a lot of videos you can watch him working with the portal, and that's what he mainly does with this portal. And it's crazy. I said to him this morning, I really liked the videos that had the SB7 in it, because obviously everybody knows that I'm a huge hey Chris, how are you? SB7 fan. And Matt did send it to you, the picture, if you want to upgrade.
I saw it, and I deleted it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Matt, never send anything to Lex again, because he's probably going to delete it if he doesn't like it.
I didn't really. I'm joking.
Well, either way, it was quite funny, and it's very expensive. $1,700 for what looks like 6 headsets.
It is mad. Comdirect.com if you want to get yourself a pair, guys.
Yes. But those are what they're wearing now. But back in the early 80s, early 90s, what Lex is wearing is what they wore.
Let's
Not
stop
the same
talking about my
colors.
headphones and get into the
Okay.
show.
Okay. It was funny. And yes, we know it's nothing but love, especially when he's coming on your show later today. You better show some love there, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Or he might not show up, or he might be late.
Mm-hmm.
Either one. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's start with the show. This gentleman, I've seen him on Talking with the Source. He's actually one of the co-hosts on Talking with the Source with AJ and Robin. And so I've seen him a few times on there. He's not on there very much because he works a lot. But we got talking. I said I wanted to bring him on the show. I like what he does. It's something different. Yes, other people are doing it on YouTube as well, but I like the way he does it, and we are going to be doing that today. So again, if you have any questions, or if you want to speak to somebody and maybe a loved one or something like that, bring up your question, and we'll get Stevo to answer it if he can, or if his box will. So anyways, here is Stevo Hopkins from My Journey Paranormal. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
good. So first things first, I want to question your wallpaper in the background there.
yes, so this is ITC wallpaper, okay? No, we bought a house a year ago, and this house is 100 years old. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, this, you wouldn't believe outside of this room, that there was wallpaper over wallpaper over wallpaper over wallpaper. There was like 5 layers of wallpaper. Every year
Yeah.
they just kind of went over it. So I
Yeah.
mean, I kind of roll with the flowers. It's positive, and it's just
Nothing
it's
wrong
the
with
new
that.
look.
There's nothing wrong with that. I've been in places before where I was helping somebody move in or something like that, or painting or something. And with the older houses, there could be 15 layers of wallpaper up
Right.
that you're going through. It's just people back those days in the older homes, and the 50s, 60s, or what, 70s or whatever, when they brought out wallpaper, they just loved the wallpaper. Wallpaper's not so big anymore, I think, because really it's kind of a pain in the ass to put up on the wall. And if you want to take it down, it's a pain in the ass to take it down as well. So, but no, I want to say thank you for coming on today's show. I really, really appreciate it. It was kind of short notice. I know I only asked you the other day. And I really, really appreciate you coming up. And I'm looking forward to seeing your portal today. And I was asking Steve, because I'm really, really interested in getting one. And then I got the bad news that the amp that is used in the portal, they don't sell anymore.
No,
So
they discontinued last year. However, I mean, if you look around on Google, you might find one on reverb.com. Just have a look around. Some sellers still might have them.
Yeah.
It's worth a try, right?
Yeah. So I'm really interested in having one, and I definitely want to hook it up with my SB7. And because I'm not sure if you're aware, but I'm a huge SB7 fan. Like, that's my go-to piece of equipment.
Right.
And I just love everything about it. And obviously you can see on the show that we did the other day, I had the SB7. I showed some video clips, and just some of the responses that I was getting in those video clips. It's amazing some of the video, the response I get through the SB7, even with Lex. When I was out in the UK with Lex, we just got some incredible responses on the SB7. And I know some people say about the radio stations and stuff like that coming through. And I think I said on the show the other day, but during my time in the UK, I think it was maybe once or twice that the radio came through. I think it was only once, and I think that was at Don Styler's. Was it not? Yeah, it was at Don Styler's, what used to be a hospital, but now is a gym. But which is a weird transition, to be honest, to go from a hospital to a gym. It's just odd. But cool place. So I was really, really interested in getting that and hooking up and see. I would love to be able to take it to the church or something like that, the abandoned church that I go to, and see what kind of responses I get in there. Because when I walk in there, I literally see mounds and mounds and mounds of spirits in there, and there's a lot. And I really think they all want to communicate. And which is really interesting. They even communicated through playing the piano that's in the church. They played one note, which I captured on camera when I left the room, which was super, super cool. But I'm a big fan of the portal. I would love to try it to see what I would get out of it, if I would get anything. But anyways, other than that, so let's begin with this. You're a little bit different than what we've had on the show in the past. We had more paranormal investigator. I would still consider you a paranormal investigator, but without leaving your home, right? So you tend to talk a little bit, or you tend to talk to a lot of spirits by the sounds of it from all the videos that I was watching. And there seemed to be a couple in particular that you spoke to. It's there was one with Paul, and then your own spirit guides that you speak to as well, and which intrigued me. But what I want to know is, how did you get into doing this, rather than going out to abandoned buildings and doing investigations?
Well, it started as a young child. I inherited my intuitive ability from my dad. Okay. So, I mean, I can remember going as far back as maybe 2.5, 3 years old, hearing voices and seeing spirit. So I thought it was real people, growing up, but I never realized it was a psychic ability. I never asked about it. But over the years, I started getting more curious, and I started working with my dad a little bit, and he's like, it's intuitive, the other side, explaining the whole process to me. So as I got older, I started practicing more with my intuitive and doing readings for people and investigating people's home without any equipment, just me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going through and I'm relaying message from spirit to people. I'm telling people about things, and they're just like astounded, and they haven't told me anything. So fast forward, I met my wife, and we started watching stuff on YouTube. Like when we were first together, we take pictures and get orbs, and we see black shadows and all sorts of stuff. So that's kind of where the journey started in 2007. And then we started getting to the ITC apps when we started watching, see how real it was on YouTube and what was fake, what was real. And I think a lot of it was Huff Paranormal that kind of intrigued us to try these things. Like, not pattern ourselves after him, but just get the interest to try something new. And then I started watching Hope, and then we got into using Echovox and Spiritus and all that sorts of stuff. So, I mean, we've investigated 2 houses together, and then we just kind of went, it's not really for us. We did 5 different videos of the street house, which my friend owned. That was almost a 200-year-old house. And all the original spirits that built that house, their soul is still in that house. And they were never afraid to make themselves known. And what was interesting about that investigation was, I think it was by our 3rd video, I believe it was our 3rd or 4th video, sorry, that we did a session on a live in our group, and the spirits were predicting a death, like a murder, and they kept coming through, and we weren't really in tune with what they were saying until my friend sat down one night and started going through it. Well, we did that on a Sunday night. Thursday morning, I get a call. They were talking about death, murder, deed, property. There was a double homicide about a mile from my friend's house that had to do with death, property, the deed, all that through the Spiritus app.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that was just kind of rolling with that. But after that, I just kind of, I just want to stay home and, talk with spirits here. This is where I'm more comfortable. I'm not so much for the investigation part. I'll do it, but it's not really my fancy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So,
yeah.
Do you think the fact that you do what you do at home, do you think you do it as well because it's safer in the terms of the work you're trying to do? Because you can't really be told that you're screwing people over.
Right.
If you're not really screwing people, you're asking questions to yourself, and hopefully getting the answers that you know or want. But you're conversing one-on-one with something. You're not, you know what I'm trying to say here. You're not doing it for someone else. If that makes sense, is it more like a safety thing as well as an interest?
Yes and no. I feel home sessions are better. I feel, God's put me in this position to do it here. I mean, if I were to be outside of here, it would be different to help souls. There's a lot of people that go to graveyards or abandoned buildings to help souls cross over or find out what happened to them. And, I'm just more of a home sense type of guy because I don't get a chance to go out as often. I work 50 hours a week. So, I mean, that's really not an option for me, right? So, I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 graveyards right around me. I've got one literally across the street. You could take 2 steps and you're right there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're in a great spot for it.
Yeah. So then that would lead me to my question. Do you find that some of the stuff that's coming through on what you're doing could be somebody from across the road in the graveyard?
Oh, sure. I mean, I've done private sessions just for myself, not recorded. And I've seen families. I've seen a man his wife, and 4 kids. And,
Wow.
and the guides would come through and be like, they need help. They want to cross. So, I mean, and that's where the journey team comes in and, the guides and the angels and stuff and, help assist them with getting to where they need to go.
Yeah, it's interesting, and you're saying about the families and stuff like that. I'm interested to know, with these people coming in, was there ever a time where you just, when you were going through a session, you just sit back and you went like, "Oh my God, like I just can't believe that went through." Is there a story that you can tell us that you just sat back and went, "Wow, like Jesus, I can't even believe that just happened"?
Yeah, I say before we even moved to this house, I was kind of doing what you guys were doing, the investigations, and I mean I was still doing home sessions. I mean I was doing celebrity sessions and all that.
Yeah.
But then I invested into an H9 pedal, which is an algorithm pedal, right? Because it's got your delays before the audio comes in because you're running your raw audio. But anyway, I was doing a session one night. I was testing it out. I had no idea how to set it up. I was just like, I'm just gonna pick an algorithm and go. And I actually have a video on it. There is a video on it over on S&K Paranormal. That's my wife and mine channel.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I just felt this different energy. I felt like I was kind of taken out where I was of helping the spirits. And I felt like I was in one realm and then placed into another realm with the archangels. And I'm like, is there an archangel standing behind me? And the responses were like, archangel, angels laughing in the angel realm. And I'm like, this is just blowing my mind. Like, I
Mhm.
just can't believe this. And the whole journey after that just completely changed.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Wow.
that was kind of the point when I sat back and edited it. I'm like, holy moly, this is just, I can't believe it.
Yeah. Interesting.
When you're doing these type of sessions, how do they make you feel whilst you're doing them?
It depends on the poll. It depends on the session. I mean, if it comes down to where I'm feeling negative energy or, I'm in a bad mood, I don't do it.
Mm.
I mean, but if it's a good poll and it's good energy and I feel like I need to connect because I feel like they're pushing me, I feel everything through vibration. That's how I communicate with the spirits, is through vibration. And if it's good and I connect and I do everything you're supposed to do, what they bring through is absolutely amazing. I mean, how can you get the answers that you're getting? And I tell people I can use the PSB7, I can use the S box, I can use pretty much almost any app that works, and I'm gonna get all the same stuff. I mean, my videos prove it. With the necrophonic, I'm getting Paul through it. That's my archangel. The HSB1, I'm getting Paul and my guides in the circle. So I mean, it's all amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of, and I'm glad you said about the apps, because that was going to be my next question. Obviously, there's a huge debate on apps, on the phone, and a lot of people would say none of the apps work.
Right.
They're all garbage. They're mainly for fun and don't have any validity on any truth to the uh, being able to connect to spirits whatsoever. And there's a lot of people out there, and I think we had one person on the show last year, who was who had a lot to say about apps.
Right, right.
And which everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I get that. So what are your feelings when it comes to, and I know you use them, but let me ask you, let me make this a two-part question. Like, what do you think of them, and what would you say to people that don't like them or disagree with them?
Well, depending on the app, some apps do work, some don't. I like using them, especially the ones that I trust and that I know that work.
Okay.
Um, for the ones that don't believe. I think it's more of a preference, where I could say I'm an app guy, you're a radio guy, right?
Yes.
You have more trust in that. However, there's still, on both sides of that, there's still a chance that you're going to get false positives, or you're not going to get direct responses to your questions. You're going to get the odd thing out, right? So what makes a radio any different than an app? I mean, it's both got audio, it's got words, numbers, everything that spirits can manipulate. So I mean, what difference? It just really comes down to preference. I mean, there's some people that are just hardcore and they couldn't care. They just throw their phone out the window and say it's no good to me. I'm just happy with a little radio. But then there's people that are skeptical of radios. They don't like the white noise. And when we were on the show this past week, I mentioned that you could put your PSB7 into hush mode in the AM, and that's totally quiet mode. I mean, you're not going to get as much, but it's not going to be as hard on your ears either, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely an acquired taste when it comes to the SB7s. Either you love it or you hate it, just because of that white noise. But if I was able to hook up that, you're gonna still hear a little bit of the white noise when you hook it up to a portal. It's just it's not as loud, right? And it kind of cancels it out a little bit, rather than just holding it with a speaker connected to it, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, when you run it through your portal, you've got your noise reduction, right?
Yeah.
Which is going to help cut some of that noise, like you said. The reverb is going to help amplify the responses, and it's going to be a lot clearer coming through your speaker, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want clear audio, as much to drown. Take that white noise and just try and dial it out a little bit. So you're not forcing yourself to kind of hear what's coming through, or you've got the speaker going,
Yeah. My only concern, it's not a concern. My only question to that is, if it's canceling out that white noise, is there a difference you can tell between the actual radio and the actual communication that's coming through from the spirit?
Oh yeah, there's really
because I don't know, because I've never seen an SB7 hooked up to one till I saw your video today. So
yeah, the only thing that it's doing is just reducing the white noise. If you reduce the white noise too much, then you're reducing the audio coming through, and you don't want to do that. You just want to get it enough where you can still kind of hear the white noise, but enough for them to have the audio coming out at the same time. So, I mean, it's more of an enhancer than it is anything. I mean, yeah, there's times you're going to get stuff bleeding through, you know what I mean? You're going to get little bit snips of radio, and that happens, that's just technology.
Yeah. Lex?
That's touching back on the app topic. Do you think the reason people are, or do you agree with the reason that people are as skeptical in apps as they are, is down to the fact that an app is designed to do a certain thing and everyone seems to be shocked that it's doing the thing it's designed to do, compared to a broken, as our skeptic we had on the show once called the SB7, a broken radio isn't doing the job it's meant to do because we're talking to someone through it. Do you think is that a challenge for you? Do you first of all agree with that reasoning, that maybe that's the biggest concern, that an app being designed by a person to give you words from dead people is giving you words from dead people, and we're shocked about it, compared to a radio that people say is broken and is just picking up bits of radio that for some reason coincidentally make sense a lot of the time? And do you take any note of that when you're doing the work you do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on both sides of the fence of it. What it comes down to, and I know between a broken radio or an app that don't work, it's all your belief system, right? I mean, you got to do your research before you download something. Watch other people's video, try it for yourself, and if you're getting intelligent responses with it, then why not use it? You know what I mean? But as for apps, you know, it is what it is. I mean, if you're getting words coming through, it doesn't always mean it's the dead. You know, you got to kind of keep a clear mind on that, especially when you're doing sessions. Like, you hear something and then something repeats, you know what I mean? And if that's the case, then maybe stop using it. You know, so I mean, I'm very diligent when it comes to using this. If I don't like something, I won't use it. And when I'm editing back, if I hear something, and I'll do like 3 different videos to compare. And if I'm getting all the same thing, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to put something out that's fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is the main thing that you use with your portal? Because I know we were talking about one used the other day. Is that the one that you mainly use, the HSB-1? Is that what you mainly use?
Yes, that's the one that I've got my main connection with. You know, I've worked with it a lot to know, and you know, the guides and everybody seem to love it. I mean, here's something interesting. You want to go between apps and radios. I was doing a session with the PSB7, and I think it's over on the S&K channel. And I was running the PSB7, and I had a female come through and say, change the app, change the spirit box, because they didn't like the PSB7. They said clearly, change the spirit box. And I had to plug something else in for them to use.
Interesting.
So, I mean, it's not just us, but it's the spirits as well, right?
Yeah. Do you think that, I'm just curious, Lex or Stevo, for this, do you think they get annoyed with the SB7 with it going?
Oh my God. Could you imagine just how much amplified that is over on the other side with how they're hearing it?
Wow. Yeah. I'm always curious about when I turn it on. Just the thought enters my mind every time I turn it on. I don't always say it, but sometimes I do. But when I'm saying it to myself, I think, I wonder if this is bothering them. I always say that to myself before I start it. And there's some investigations that I've been on that I haven't used it at all. And, you know, sometimes it's a feeling. It's a feeling that you get when you walk into a place. And sometimes I feel when I walk into the place, this is what they're telling me I should be using. I know it sounds weird, but that happens to me sometimes. So I'll walk in and they said they just want that. For some reason, I'm getting that voice recorder. Oh, I'm only going to do a voice recorder today because that's kind of what they're asking for. Or I'll just use a camera. I won't use any equipment. I'll just use my camera and mic. And I've done that a few times myself. It's just sometimes, like I said, sometimes when I walk into a building or a place, I've been on private investigations like residentials, and I walk into the place, I get that feeling, oh, I'm only going to use my camera today. Or I've been on an investigation where, oh, they don't want me to use the camera. I'm only going to use my voice recorder today. You know, so that's happened to me quite a bit over the last, 9 or 10 years. And when I've walked into a situation, they say, no, don't use anything, just use your camera. And I find it interesting. But so why don't we do this? Why don't we, if you're just getting into the room now, Stevo's going to be using his piece of equipment today on the show. So if you have any questions, please bring them up in the chat, and we will ask, or Steve will bring up the question on the screen, and Steve will ask the question and see what happens, see if there's a response. So if you are interested, please put up your questions in the chat, and I'll bring them up. Okay. So why don't you do your thing and how you start always? I'm sure there's a way you start always on these sessions, and if you can just lower the camera so we can look, so everybody can see it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you by yourself, and
Okay.
me and Lex will be in the background, but you'll still be able to hear us. Okay.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I just got to figure out how to do it.
So
there it is. Found it. There we go.
Excellent.
So what are you going to be using today? The HSB one? Okay.
HSB one, yep.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
so basically, I don't have any wire hooked up. I have a Bluetooth hooked up to
Okay.
my portal that runs through my noise gate. So just in case people think I'm faking or whatever, I'm not. I can prove it. Let's see.
So if hasn't been any questions coming up or anything like that, if you maybe me and Lex will ask you some questions if nobody has any questions.
Sure. All right. Are we ready? Yes, we are. All right. I'm just going to do a quick test. Hello, hello. Sound like a response.
Did.
All right. They're ready to go anytime I did my meditation and stuff before and warmed up, so.
Okay. Lex, you want to go first?
Oh no, Bryan, you go first. I'm terrible at questions.
Well, let's start off with this. Let's start off with the normal question that I think most people ask. Let's find out who's here.
Yeah. Who is here with us? Can you give us a name? Sound like something. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm not sure what that said. Sounded like a response.
Yeah, it did sound like it had the inflection of a name pattern there.
Yeah, I did. I won't hear it all in real time.
This will be the fun thing as well. When this is done, we get to watch this back and see if we can get anything there. We do have a question up on the screen for you as well.
Oh, that's from my wife. Hello, hello. Does Archangel Azrael have any messages for me? Okay. Change my algorithm here. Connecting intuitively. Asking for Archangel Azrael. Do you have any messages for Kelly Hopkins? Can you come through for us today? She's something.
That was definitely yes at the beginning. It sounded like.
Definitely yes. I heard something. Yes, and then she. That's what I made out.
Yeah.
Can you try again? I'm not sure what that said. All right. Is there anything else you would like to say? Try that again. Okay, how about now? I don't know. Sounded like we got something though.
Yeah. So here's another question on the screen. See if you can, my best friend that passed, Raymond Gonzalez.
Raymond Gonzalez.
That is from Anthony. That is from Anthony. So you might want to say Anthony's name and then Raymond Gonzalez, his best friend.
Okay. I feel like he's a younger male. So I'll just switch to male here. I'm just changing the word bank. I just go based off the energy here. Asking my guides to please bring through Raymond Gonzalez. To connect with his energy. I feel like he's here. I feel like Anthony's already called on him. Raymond, hang on. Yes. Raymond, can you feel Anthony's energy right now?
Oh.
Can you come through for your best friend Anthony?
Oh, that was interesting. It almost sounded like it said. It almost sounded, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It almost sounded like you said, "Is he here right now?"
He can definitely see us. He can hear us. He can hear you. Do you have a message for him? I miss some.
I heard "I miss you" at the beginning of that.
That was definitely.
That is very cool. So I miss you. Ask him if he said that.
Is that what you said? Did you say "I miss you"? Can you say yes or no?
Oh, that was yes right at the beginning. That's what it sounded like to me.
Can you confirm that one more time? Hang on.
Yeah, everybody else said the same thing. Yeah, that's what I got, Brian. That sounded like it said yes, that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Raymond. I appreciate you coming through.
Okay, here's I don't know who this is. Is that
I think that was a reply to the first question we asked who we're speaking to. I think that's the name that Matt thinks came through.
Okay. Interesting.
So we can try it.
Yeah, we can try that. Is there a Bruce Morris or something like that along that lines who's here?
Is there a Bruce Morris here?
Actually, sounded like it said actually. I don't know what the second word was, and then it said me. Maybe it was that's me.
I think so. Is that your name?
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, here's something. Spirit. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so for Charles
Rudd, will Spirit help me in Sedona, Arizona?
Can I have my guides answer that question? Will the spirits help Charles out? Why, yes, something. Can you just confirm that for me one more time? Spirit or something. What that sounded like.
This is Anthony. Anthony with his friend. Obviously, he heard it. That's incredible. That's really, really. You know what, Anthony? It sounded like it. Definitely sounded like that's what it said, and maybe we should find out a little bit more about his friend, and maybe he has a message for Anthony. So we'll go back to his name again. It was Raymond Gonzalez. Maybe Raymond has a message for Anthony.
I'm gonna try channel him, see if we can get a much better connection with Raymond.
Okay.
Okay. Raymond, can you come through with a clear message? Is there anything that you would like to say?
Sounded like he said, "I miss you." Right at the end there.
Are you around him right now?
I know I'm coming in here, and I hope I'm not ruining it, but it sounded like he said, honestly, yes.
Okay.
It's what it sounded like. Lex, did you hear that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe or something. Is there a message that he would like to give to Anthony?
Is there a message that you would like to give to him? Because I'm feeling like he's there right now, and I'm feeling like his energy. He's embracing himself around him, and I think he's feeling that, like he's feeling the love. He's hugging around the back of him. It's normally how the guides and the spirits will do it. They come from the back and, you know, kind of give you that hug. Is that what you're doing right now?
I'm something heart.
By something hurt, yeah. Is there something that you would like to say, or maybe give him a direct message from you to him, something that he would know only? Something armor? I thought that said something about armor. Like, I feel like he's like his shield. That's what I feel. I feel like he's his shield protecting him.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. I hope that helps you in some way, Anthony. It sounded like some message came through. So maybe what you might want to do is at the end of the show, replay it and see if maybe you can hear it better. Maybe you can slow it down or something along that lines. But it definitely sounded like something was coming through for you. That's fantastic. Nando DeSario has a question. Can you ask if my grandfather Giuseppe Giuseppe is around him still?
Sure. They can hear the questions too, so that's kind of the cool part.
And I just want to say that Anthony said yes, it was awesome. I could feel him.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic, man.
Thank you for that validation. That really helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you ask the question one more time?
Can you ask if my grandfather Giuseppe is around me still? And that's from Nando DeSario.
Can I have Archangel Paul ask? Paul, can you help us with that? Paul, are you able to answer that question for us? Is his grandfather still around him? Just a yes or a no?
That was a definite yes.
That was
oh that was goodness. A definite yes. Wow, that was great. Well, I think that pretty well answers your question, Nando. Is there anything you'd like? Is there something else you'd like to? There you go. I was just about to ask him if he wanted to ask something else. There you go.
Is he proud of me? Paul, is his grandfather proud of him? I'm already hearing the answer, but I'll play it through.
I heard yes at the beginning, and then there was something else.
Yes and something else. Well, I heard him say yes intuitively, but I didn't say it out loud. I just let him say it through the box.
Okay. So is there something that maybe his grandfather wants to say to Nando?
Is there a message from his grandfather? Not sure.
Not sure what that was.
Can we try that one more time? Is there a message from his grandfather, Paul? Something.
I don't know, but it sounded, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm completely off base here, but it sounded like he said something about I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Did you hear that, Lex?
No, I thought it ended with of him, something of him.
Maybe I misheard that then.
Do you want me to try that one more time?
Yeah, please, if you could.
All right, Paul, can you tell us one more time, please? Is his grandfather proud of him? Something.
Yeah, this was more about getting a message to Nando.
Yeah, I think so. Is there anything that you could say to maybe help? That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like this help message. And I'm seeing Paul telling whoever's talking to push that message through.
Cool. Was that Sarah?
That's what I thought it said.
That's his wife's name. Sounded like it said Sarah. Something before that, and then you did it again, and it said Sarah. So maybe there's a message to Nando. Maybe he's proud of Nando and Sarah.
Are you proud of both of them? Is that what you're trying to say to us?
Again, Nando, you know what? If you want, replay it again and this show and see what came through, because it definitely sounded. And Nando's actually saying this right now. That's amazing. He never got to meet her. Maybe he's, maybe something came through there that he's proud of you because you met her. Maybe go back and hear that, because I'm definitely interested in knowing, because something definitely came through, and then it was Sarah. So that was pretty cool. So we have another question up here.
Sure.
Okay, from Julie. From Julie, she'd like to know if her dad is with her. Julie Marie Berry.
Okay. Paul, can you answer this for us? Is Julie's dad with her right now? We're with
her.
That's what
with
I,
her. With
I
her.
that.
Wow. That wow. I think I'm coming up with something I'd really, really like.
I think so.
With her. Julie, is there anything else you would... Obviously, we know he's with you, and that was answered clearly. Is there anything that you would like to maybe ask and find out? In the meantime, what we'll do is we'll go for... I wanted to ask my mom... Let's do Joshua. I wanted to ask my mom for a message I would only know. From Joshua Adam Blisi.
Okay, so I'll do like a... All right. Is that what his question is?
Yes.
All right. Is there a... Can we connect with his mom? Can we connect with Joshua's mom? Is there a message from her?
That was something him.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a woman that came through in that on that one.
Yeah. Every time they ask for a certain person, I'll change the part name to male or female.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So.
Or otherwise, I'd have it on the mix. And that's kind of both.
So a message that his mother would only know to him.
Is there a message from Joshua's mom? Something that they both shared together. I'm feeling like this was something like almost like a bond message. Is there something that she could tell him that he would only know? I'm not sure what that was. Can you try that one more time?
There's definitely something being said there.
Yeah. Yes, very cool. So let's see if we got something else there. Again, if you want to. Okay, so let's I got Rosanna here, Martinez. Her father passed away Christmas Eve. Does maybe he have a message for her?
Sure.
Rosanna Martinez.
Is there a message for Rosanna? Can we connect with her dad? I feel like he's here. That dad didn't even sound English. Do you have a message for your daughter?
Absolutely. That sounded like it said absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a cross between like English and Spanish. I'm getting like this Spanish background. Spanish, Latin. I feel like they talk both. Is there something that you would like to tell her? Yes,
Oh,
something
wow.
with her.
That was long.
That was long.
Again, Rosanna, I would suggest you going back to this and replaying it. Maybe something was said. Definitely interesting. Let's see what else we got here. Sorry, Nando, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that, buddy. I'm sorry. Please, I'd like to know if my dad is with my mom. That's from Rosanna. There you go.
Are you with her mom right now? I feel like he is. I feel like what I'm seeing right now is I feel like they're almost like renewing their wedding vows on the other side. Are you with her right now?
It was definitely yes at the beginning of that. I didn't catch the rest of it though.
Okay. Well, definitely have to review that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is very cool. Let's see what else we got here. Sorry. Thank you. My mother is with them too. I will be okay living here. There you go. Here we go from Julie. Thank you. My mother is with him too. I will be okay living here.
Yeah. Will Julie be okay where she is? Are you protecting her? Can you just give us a yes or a no? Is she going to be safe where she is? Watching by the hour or something?
Yeah, interesting. Watching, you're right. It almost sounded like it says watching by the hour.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that was awesome. I hope he's. Let's ask this for Julie since we've gone this far with Julie. Is he proud of her?
Are you proud of your daughter? Are you proud of Julie? Hold on, let's try that again. Are you proud of Julie? Hold on. I'm going to change the bank here. All right, let's try that again. Are you proud of your daughter, Julie? That didn't answer the question. Okay, let's try one more time. I'll connect with you intuitively. I see you standing there. Can you just give us a yes or a no? Something, okay.
And I just want to let you know, I saw something. Where was it? Julie said that came very clear. Wow. I saw him. I think that was what she said. And I wanted to let you know that her father did speak Spanish.
Okay.
My dad speaks also Spanish. I'm a little bit of Joshua says I'm a little bit of a medium myself. I wanted to ask if she liked how I changed since she passed away. You're welcome, Rosanna.
I feel like they're all standing on the other side going, give me a chance, give me a chance. They're all just waiting to speak. Are you proud of your son, Joshua? I feel like you are. I really do. I feel like he's made some really uplifting changes. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to. Do you see that at all? Are you proud of him for making those changes?
That was weird because I thought it said Joshua at the end then.
I think so. I feel like she's almost like looking down at him, smiling, and I feel intuitively she's saying, I'm proud of you, son. And yeah, she's there every moment. She's always embracing the moment with him. And I feel like Joshua feels that. Can we just get validation on that? Just, so he feels he can hear that.
Something, it sounded almost like it said cigarette.
I think so. Or something I regret.
Or maybe that too.
Maybe that too.
Maybe.
There, Joshua just put the comment in there. I think it's, of course I am Joshua. That's what I thought I heard as well.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay, so can you Rosanna wants to ask this question. Can you please tell me, I seen this big bright orb by my Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. Was that him?
Yes. Loved ones will always show themselves. They'll make themselves known, whether it's orbs or they manifest themselves, but I can definitely, I'll ask Archangel Paul on that.
Now, her mother's also passed on. Could have been her mother as well.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could be difficult to say sometimes. Paul, can you just answer this one question for us? The orb that Roseanne seen, was that her father or her mother? Something. Can you just say mother or father, mom or dad?
Not sure what that was.
I'm not sure.
Very interesting. So I want to ask a question.
Sure.
And this is for a lot of people that know me in my life. I don't talk a lot about my personal life, especially online. My mother passed away 6 or 7 years ago, and we had a huge falling out probably 17 years before that. I want to know, does she forgive me on walking out and not coming back into their lives?
Was she older or younger?
She was probably in her, I would say, late 50s, early 60s.
So like middle-aged?
Yeah.
I was going to say 50, but...
The later, probably early 60s, more late 50s.
Her golden years. Her golden years.
Her golden years.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to see if she's there and see if we can get her name first.
All right.
It's not a common name.
No, I know. Can you just call out for her? Not her name, but just call out for her.
My mom?
Yeah.
Mom, are you there?
I felt like that was almost like a powerful message coming through. Are you here with us? Okay.
It was all forgiven.
It was all forgiven.
Actually, here's a better question. And again, I'm sorry, folks. I'm getting a little bit personal here, and something I don't normally do. Before my mother passed away, she was suffering with dementia.
Right.
Long story short, I didn't realize she had dementia till probably a month before she was close to passing away. So I actually went into the hotel. I actually went into the hospital, and she'd already been to the point where she wasn't able to speak. She was in a complete daze. But there was a moment when I first walked in that she lifted up my hat. And I think for a split moment, I think she knew who I was behind those glossy eyes that she had. I want to know if she did recognize me when I came in the room.
Did you recognize your son when you walked into that room? Can you just confirm that for us? That was something.
And I will tell you her name. Her name was Elsie, which is not a very popular name.
No.
I would like to know. Again, it's probably going to be along the same question. I would like to know, and I'm sorry that I'm going to say this, folks, because this was on their side. It wasn't on my side. They decided to walk out of my life. It wasn't me walking out of theirs. So does she regret walking out of my life like she did?
We all miss you. Breaths.
Oh, that was weird. That what happened there. Did you see what happened there?
Yeah,
I didn't touch anything.
No,
I didn't
that
touch
was weird.
anything.
I think she wants to see you.
I didn't touch a thing.
No. I think she wants to see you, though.
Maybe. That was weird. How it just transferred back to all three of us. I didn't touch a thing.
Ask her out loud.
Mom, do you regret walking out of my life like you did? I am. I heard I am. Maybe we can ask her again. Do you regret walking out of my life like you did?
Okay, let's try that again. Do you regret walking out of his life?
That was
He
yes in
hears
there.
you.
Yeah, and everybody else heard the same thing I am in the chat there. That was super cool. Is there any Anybody wants to ask anything? Lex, why don't you ask something, buddy?
Oh no, I don't do these things to myself anymore, Brian. Remember we had someone on here before that got quite up into my own secret business, and I got really
well. I
really
appreciate that, and I appreciate you doing that, Stevo. That was obviously that was really cool, and hopefully that helps some people out. I think Anthony left after that.
Yeah, I think
because he
I don't
was
know if it's-
upset.
Oh, poor
Okay,
guy.
so let's ask this. We'll get one more from Kelly Groves. Ask if my dad knows I was there.
All right, hang on. All right. Come on. We'll just roll with this.
Oh, there's
Were
an
you-
I'm going to ask one more after that too, because that would be
I would ask
very-
about the whole screen thing too.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird how it just transferred like that.
Right?
I'd never
I
ever
think
seen
that
that
was her.
before. It's quite
like,
possible.
considering we've done 91 episodes of this show and that's never done that before.
All right. So that question was for Kelly, right?
It was for Kelly Groves. Yes.
Kelly Gross. Was her dad with her?
She would actually like to know if my dad knows I was there.
Okay. Do you know that Kelly was there?
Definitely yes at the beginning of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Maybe.
Yes, I know, maybe, yeah.
That was cool. Yes, I know. It sounded like. Kelly, you definitely want to go back and hear that on the replay. I think it definitely said, yes, I know. That's what it sounded like for me. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about this, Rosanna. I really am. I don't know how my dad died. Was he murdered or was it natural?
Paul, can you answer that for us?
He was killed. That sounded like it said he was killed. You definitely want to go back and hear that, Rosanna, for sure. But that's what it sounded like. Maybe we can ask it again.
Can you confirm that one more time, Paul? Passing her. Was her dad murdered or did he die of natural causes?
That was definitely an answer to the question for sure. And this is what somebody's saying, can you ask who did it? I don't know if you really want to know that type of question.
Yeah.
But that I think that's personal for Rosanna. But I don't think we'll go down that road. That was yes. Kelly says that was yes. That's freaky. It sounded like him.
That's mad. That is mad.
And I definitely heard, and Raymond said the same thing. What I heard, I definitely heard was killed.
Was killed, okay.
Oh yeah, Brian, you should ask who did your was it your mum who changed the screen?
Yes,
That's what
there you
Anne's
go.
asking, yeah.
Was it my
Good
mother
answer.
that changed the screen? Did Elsie change the screen so she could hear me or see me?
Can you confirm that, Paul?
Oh, sorry, Anna. Sorry, Anna. I apologize. Or Anne, I'm sorry. You were asking about if the screen changed. I apologize. Sorry.
All right, Paul.
There's that Canadian thing right again. Saying sorry.
Okay. I'm sorry, man. Can you answer that for us? Was it Brian's mom that changed the screen back?
It may have. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I was going to say that too.
Did she want to see her son? I hope something of her. That was something direct.
Yeah, interesting. Well, that's you know what, Stevo, that was really, really super cool. And I don't know about you guys, but myself, and I think Lex will agree, we definitely want. Oh, we definitely. I guess he didn't agree. Maybe he knew what I was going to say. Maybe he knew what I was going to say. But I definitely want to have Stevo on again. Maybe we can do a whole show on just that.
It would be really cool. I think if we get a message out in the week on the Parapost Network app, the Facebook page for it, and on Twitter, to get people into that room to get these questions in, and hopefully if Stevo is happy to do that with us,
let me send him resend him the link. He says, I don't know if he came back. Oh, there he is. So I don't know if that was you or you were just kicked out or what, but there seems to be weird things going on. What's that?
Yeah, I was adjusting my camera, then my phone went all crazy.
Something weird. And yeah, everybody agrees that would be awesome. So we were just talking after you went down, Steve, that we were thinking of bringing you back and maybe just doing a whole show on this. And what we can do is we can actually promote it during the week and get people to ask their questions. And, they come in with their questions, or they can send us their questions. Sure. And definitely do a whole show on that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Obviously, some people heard some stuff from their loved ones, which is, absolutely incredible, and obviously doesn't surprise me if it was my mother, if she did that. So she used to be when I was in her life, she used to be a little bit of a it would be something she might do, which again wouldn't surprise me. But I really want to say thank you for coming on today's show. I hope you know what, Roseanne, I know you do, but maybe we'll save that for the next time he comes on. She would really like to know if he was killed, who it was. Maybe we'll save that for the next show. Unfortunately, Lex has to go because he's got a show at 5:30. Sure. So we have to go. But again, thank you so much for coming on today's show. It was a lot of fun. And I look forward to when you're coming on again, and maybe it was something we'll plan and talk what we're going to do and get it out there, so we get people in the room who want to ask you questions about their loved ones, whether it's friends, family, or whatever. But again, thank you. I'm going to say my goodbyes, and we'll definitely talk soon for sure.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Lex?
So I wanted to reinforce that was a really cool thing. I love what you're doing with that. I'm probably going to get lost in your channel at some point and be watching all of it. But I just want to say to everyone who's been in and asked a question, thank you for that. I hope we can get you back on to do that full show, Stevo. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I think it's wonderful stuff that you're doing. And maybe change the wallpaper. I don't know. I'm just joking.
You know what, Trish? It's Trish said earlier that type of wallpaper is coming back. So
not in my house, I have
said it earlier.
But anyways, again, Steve, have a great rest of the day, and we'll definitely talk soon. Okay.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay.
You guys.
Thank you again. Thank you again. Wow, that was a lot of fun.
It was.
I really enjoyed that. And definitely, Rosanna, when he comes back up, we would definitely have your questions ready. And obviously, Rob and Rob were still here, or one of the Robs, because Rob's here, Raymond's here. Thank you again for everybody who came in the room, and Joshua and Julie and Anthony and everybody else who's in the room. Thank you again so much. And I'm going to say my goodbyes. We'll definitely see you next week. And we have the patrol on next week, so you definitely do not want to miss that. That one, I lost my breath. You definitely do not want to miss that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Those two guys are a lot of fun, and you're definitely going to enjoy them. So everybody have a great rest of the week.
Have a good week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel Through the Lens of Bryan and Lex. Subscribe to Hunterphobia. Subscribe to Lex Paranormal. Subscribe to The Journey Paranormal. And God bless. Stay spooky. Stay safe. We'll see you with the patrol next week.